Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Welcome back, everyone. Today I am continuing to work on my little vintage grungy type journal that I have been working on, my craft with me, start to finish with you guys. And yesterday we kind of finished working on the cover and we glued this in. Didn't really get too far. I sewed in this belly band and also this one off camera. So I'll be able to add some more decorative elements to that one. And I did pull a couple of things out from my stash today to keep on working. I've decided on this cute little piece right here. If you remember, I wanted to add some sort of little jewel or bling piece, and I found this little piece in my stash. So I am going to glue that on, but I probably won't do that till the end today, just because I want to make sure it has some good drying time with it being a little metal piece. So I'm going to skip over that. I did pull for this page today. I was thinking it might be nice just to kind of glue this down. I thought about just sewing it down, but I think I'm just going to glue it down on the top. You know, I still might add something over the top of it, but I'm going to start with that so it can kind of be a little flip. And then you could still journal. This is still light enough to journal there. So I think that's what I'm going to start off with today. And I'll use a little bit of Fabri-Tac, I think, to glue this piece down. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. It's kind of a little bit later in the day today, in the afternoon, that I've able to sneak away and get a little bit of time in my craft room. I don't know with everybody watching if you're familiar or not, but I have a pretty nice craft room. It's in a separate building than our house, so I always have to walk up and brave the elements. So, you know, yesterday we had that snow, so I had to walk through snow and wind to get up here, and today it's not too bad out. I have a few letters and stuff I need to address, so I don't know, and do a little bit of writing, so I don't know if I'm going to have too much time to work on things, just because I got to find some envelopes for the letters that I wrote so I can mail those off. So I think I like that for now. Like I said, I might add a little bit more to that. For now I'm going to leave this side blank, but we might come back and add some sort of trim or something underneath there. I don't know yet. So we'll come back to that. And then, let's see. So this spot right here, we covered up that little postage mark stamp spot. And I decided instead of using a postage stamp, I did find like a little lace remnant. I'm going to cut off the top of it. I was trying really hard to pick stuff out of my snippets just so I can use up some stuff, but I was thinking that that might look kind of cute, and then I have this little like cameo piece, and so I was thinking that would be cute to glue on top. And again, I'm going to do that towards the end, just because this is a little bit heavier piece, so I think that can dry at the same time when that's drying, so I'll come back to that. So those two pieces are to be continued, I guess. I don't think I've decided on anything for right there yet. Again, that's light enough that you could definitely just write on it. So that one, maybe I might just put some sort of lace or trim at the bottom. Or I do have like some bridal appliques I could glue on. Some other really pretty trim. This one might look kind of nice there. It's kind of the same as the paper up there. And again, on all these videos, I'll have the digitals that I used linked below. I think this trim actually came from my friend Kim at Angel Dreams Crafts Kim when I was on her design team. I don't know if she still has that one in her store, but she has some other nice stuff. It was one of my favorites that I worked with a long time ago. I just have this extra couple little pieces that for sure I'm going to use a little bit of that in here. I don't know yet. So after I add there, I don't know that I really want to do anything else here because I think that's a nice spot to be able to journal on. So the only thing maybe I would do if I put this up here, I could stamp something or add maybe another little label or something just for some more interest. I have these Tim Holtz labels that I haven't really done too much with. I also have some washi tape sitting here that I could add just to add a little more interest to this spot. Let's see what, if any of these stand out. I also have some cut up, some Sam Poole labels too that I could add. I kind of like that one right there. So maybe we'll add that one, just to add a little interest on the bottom part of this page. So first thing I'm going to do though, I think, is I'm going to ink the edges. And down the road, this is also open, so I'll be able to stick something in there as I start working on tags and journal cards. I just like to start decorating a few of the pages, and then I'll continue working on some of the ephemera. I am going through my stash to see if I have anything already made that would work for this journal. So I think that, you know, once I get those other pieces up there, I think that's good for there. I don't know that I have anything planned yet for here. Again, I can glue some lace or something on the side. And on this page, I was thinking I found this little applique piece. So I was thinking it might be kind of fun to just sew that on the edge right here. So I'll do that off camera, but I was thinking I was going to do that. I played around with maybe putting it on one of these sides too, but I think I'm just going to do that there. And I can still do something like with a paper clip, or maybe add like a banner piece or something yet, so that I can make this doable. I like to have spots, if you can't really journal here, I want to be able to add something, whether it's a tag or a flip or something that you could actually journal on, or maybe do a little cutout that you could journal on. So I'll come back to that one, but again, off camera, I'm going to glue this down, but I am going to attach that. I'm thinking this is light enough that you definitely could still write on. So I think what else I need is maybe just some sort of little decorative element, and maybe I will glue, I kind of like the look of this white on this darker gray. So let's cut this out and add that right there. I just like to have lots of real estate in my journals to be able to actually write on. So if I'm not able to write on the page, I like to make sure I have tags or other things that you can write on, or little booklets or something. Maybe we should make a little booklet and add that into one of the pockets in here. So let's add that right there. I think I'm going to have it overhang because I think that'll look, you know, add a little bit of interest on that side to have something overhanging. Hopefully everybody's doing well, and you're finding some time to actually craft also along with me while you're working on things. I'd love to hear what you guys are working on. I know this is kind of my main thing right now. I'm also part of a collab. It's called Crack the Vault Collab, and it's more like card makers that are involved in that collab. And I did it a couple of years ago and really enjoyed it. I just took the last little bit off though because of getting my new craft room and stuff ready, that I didn't want to commit to more than what I could handle. But I was asked to be a part of it again, and I thought it would be fun. So I'm trying to find something in my crafty vault that I haven't used for that. So I gotta start thinking about that project also and what I'm going to make. Usually I just make a card or something, pull out a die cut or something like that I haven't used, or some paper I haven't used. So now I have quite a few cutting dies that I haven't used. Oh, what else can I do? Thinking somewhere on here I want to add some stamping. So maybe we should stamp here. I pulled out, I have some of Lorna Taylor's rubber stamps that I bought a while ago. She sells them. She usually posts them. She's tailor-made journals. And on her personal page, she posts stuff when she has some rubber stamps available. And this one says antiques and collectibles. And I think I kind of like that idea just with some of this stuff. So I'm going to find some black ink. And I think I'm going to stamp it on this page just to add a little bit of interest to it. So I think I'm just going to stamp that at the bottom here. So that works. I like that. And let's see if any of these other ones. Let's do that other one, the Vintage Market one. Since I'm stamping, let's do that one over here on this other side. See, I really like Lorna's rubber stamps. I know she just, which is kind of exciting news for her, she actually designed some stamps for, I think it was Crafter's Companion, and I did buy some of them. I just haven't used them yet. I just got them in the mail the other day. So I'm kind of excited to use those rubber stamps. These are the ones that she made, that she sells. Oh, that one turned out nice. I like that. So we'll put that back into the rotation in here again. So the journal's coming along. I like that, you know, with a little bit of black popping out. I was thinking I needed like, this one we have the belly band on this side. And I got black on my hand there. So I'll have to use some stamp cleaner or something when I'm done recording. See if I can get some of it off with a paper towel. Usually I have baby wipes next to me, but I don't today. So yeah, I have this belly band that we did the other day. So thinking I want a pocket right here. And so I'm going to start working on that. I don't know, I pulled out of my stash just this oatmeal paper bag, you know, where those instant oatmeal that you buy. And I used the oatmeal obviously, but I cut it off, but I'm thinking I might cover it with some paper. And then I was thinking it might be kind of nice to put some lace over it. So let's do that first. I'll go ahead and cover this with some paper first. If you don't have oatmeal packaging, envelope would work also. You can just cut off the top of an envelope, a small envelope. You know, you turn it on its side and you could use that also if you're kind of following along or crafting with me and trying to come up with ideas. That would work also. I think I'll go with a little bit lighter color here. I maybe should have made the paper a little bit smaller, but that'll work. So I don't know if I should fold this down a little bit and then do like some sort of coordinating paper on the inside just so that we know it's going to be a pocket. So maybe I'll do that. Just cut it down a little bit and fold it over. Because I'm pretty sure I want to use that lace that I showed you guys. think I'm just going to cut it off. All right, so for now, let's glue down some of this. I'm just going to cut off the part that was hemmed up here on the top. And I don't have, this is not my very good scissors that I like to cut with, but I think I left my other one over on my other desk. So this one doesn't cut quite as well, but that's okay. We'll make it work. And I might edge it out with some other type of trim after I get it on. So let's just glue it a little bit and then I'll trim it down some more. Ooh, I think this is the front side though. Yeah, that's the front, I'm pretty sure. Sometimes it's really hard to tell, but yeah, this is the front side. So we'll just reverse it, I guess. I don't know if you guys ever do that. I've done that a couple of times where I can't tell which side's the correct side and not the correct side when you glue stuff down. I'm not quite sure. This is like something I picked up at the thrift store, this piece of lace, and I think it was used for like on chairs, like armrest. It was a piece that would go on an armrest of a chair. I know a long time ago when I grew up, we had a really old house that I grew up in. It was built in the early 1900s, and so my mom kind of decorated a little bit in kind of a vintage style. And so she had little pieces that she crocheted that she'd put on the armrest, and then also where your headrest would go. I suppose, you know, way back when in the old days that they used those to kind of protect the chair armrests and the head covering, you know, where your head would rest in the back, that people would use coverings on them. But I think that's what this was. Excuse me. I found that, like I said, I found it at my local thrift store quite a while ago, and it's been in my stash for a while. I think I used the other piece on something else, the matching piece that I had, but when I was going through things working on this journal, I found this and I thought kind of fit the theme I was going for, a little bit of vintage, and so I thought it would be nice. And then I'll have a couple little snippets to play with too. Wow, I just looked up at the time and the clock's already been running for about 20 minutes. You know, I'll probably fast forward through the parts where I'm not really talking, but I don't have too much more before it'll shut off on me. It kind of goes fast when you kind of do these little craft with me sessions. And I might put a little bit, don't really like that that's a different up there, so we might just glue a little piece down just to fix this. Boy, I had all this sorts of ideas of what I was going to work on with you guys, that maybe I'll stop it and restart it again, because I have a little bit of time before I have to go back up to the cabin or the house. Yeah, that works. I like that better. A little pieced together there. That'll work. So now I got to think of something to put on the inside of this, because obviously I don't like you can kind of see that it's oatmeal packaging. And I have from this page right here in the journal that I made, there are some pieces that I cut off from that page. You know, I could put the ruler across. That might be kind of cute, huh? If I can get that to fit in there. So let's cut it down first of all. I'm hoping just to use the one, I think this one will work. I just want this lighter, this more cream neutral colored one. So I think that'll fit. Let's just check it out, and if it doesn't, then I'll just use this somewhere else. So it looks like that'll fit in there. And I can always glue it up a little bit because I kind of want to be able to see the numbers. So I think that'll work. So we'll carefully add a little glue to this. Just was trying to look on my messy desk where I put the cover for my Fabri-Tac and my other glue too. I have the cover off, so I can't lose those. My desk is getting pretty messy. I might have to clean it up today before I start again tomorrow working on this, because I don't mind having a little bit of clutter on the desk, because sometimes it's nice just to be able to play with what you have on your desk, but after you get too much stuff, there's just too much clutter right now. So yeah, that's kind of cute, and I can still add something to the front of this yet. You know, I don't think this would match on the page that I'm working on, but there's, you know, I can still maybe add some sort of detail or something. I have these nice little appliques that I got in a swap from somebody. See what that looks like on the page. And that's kind of cute. And then you could still maybe, depending upon how you glue it down, you could still use it as a tuck spot. So yeah, let's do that. I like that. Again, I find it easier when I do stuff like this just to glue little sections at a time, just so I make sure I put the glue in the right spots. So that's kind of cute. Like I said, then I should be able to stick a little something in there as soon as I decide what I want to put in there. So I need to glue this to this page. I think I'm just going to use my Aleene's tacky glue, but I'm trying to decide if I want to make this a double tuck or a double pocket, and maybe I will. I'll do that. And it's not like you have to put anything in that back pocket if you don't want to, but since I have the opportunity to add a little bit more real estate for being able to journal, I might as well make it into a double pocket there. Ooh, I like that. That's really cute. So obviously I'll be coming back to that one and revisiting that one since we'll need to add something into the pocket. But that's really cute. You know, and I could have added a little more detail or something, but all right, so, you know, maybe down the road I'll add some sort of little applique. Maybe I'll do that right now. I kind of like that one. What else do I have? I have that one. Maybe I'll stick that one down there because it looks like I got some ink on it, or there's some ink. There's ink there too, but maybe I'll just put a tab or something there. This paper is so delicate though. I don't know. It does look kind of nice though, so maybe I'll do that off camera. I just don't like that I got, somehow I think when I was ink stamping that stamp, I got black ink on it because I don't think that was there before. But I think I'll be okay if I glue this little applique down on here. Then, like I said, off camera, I'll cut this up and add a tab to that. So I'll just leave that there. So yeah, I'll have that one to glue, to sew on to. And then I think I'm going to add some trim here, and then I'm going to go back and add those other couple pieces that we talked about, these little gem pieces, to those spots because the video is getting kind of long. And then we'll come back again tomorrow and keeping on working. I know I have to finish working on that bingo card that we started yesterday, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get a chance to work on that today. So I found this trim in my stash. And I love this picture, or this lace masterboard part that Jennifer did, a Trace of Sparkle. Again, I'll have her shop linked below because this is her digital. And so I think I just want to leave this page pretty plain for right now. This is like my favorite one, or my favorite part of her pages. So I think I'm just going to leave that because if you use it as a journal, you can always add a flip or something, or you know, something on a paper clip also. So I think we're just going to glue this one down at the bottom. Sorry about that. I think my husband just texted me, so. And then we'll cut this off because I don't think it'll close otherwise. I should be able to glue that right there. That's kind of pretty. I'm really enjoying working on this video and working on this journal. I think it's really cute. It just, sometimes I have fun just playing, you know, when I'm not on a design team, and you don't always have to, I like mixing and matching my papers. I don't, when I buy digitals, I like to mix and match the designers and kind of make it kind of my own a little bit, I guess, and not necessarily use everything from one paper collection or one digital designer. It's kind of fun to mix and match stuff. So yeah, I like that. So making some progress. Hopefully today there was, you know, a little bit more progress on the journal. You know, again, I am a very slow crafter, and it is starting to poof up a little bit. So let's finish these couple spots off. So up in this spot right here, I was going to add this lace trim here. And then if I can get this to come out, and this is what I'm going to use this glossy accents to glue on the other heavier embellishments. If it doesn't work, I'll take out my hot glue gun. So yeah, I think we, you know, like I said, we accomplished, you know, a little bit today on the journal before I glue this down. Glued that in, added that. We're going to glue this in. We also glued down that little piece. We worked on some stamping, and then also we made that cute little pocket there. So got a little bit more done on the journal. Make sure I put her the right way, I guess. And this little cameo piece came from Hobby Lobby. It was on part of a bigger chain that I picked up. And then we'll glue this little piece down also. But before I do that, I want to see if I can find my... I'm just going to clip it shut, just so then this doesn't flip open, so it has a chance to dry. So of course it came out perfect for that one, and now it doesn't want to come out for... Probably getting down there a little bit too in the bottle. I probably need to buy some more of this. But I like using this glossy accents as a glue for a little bit heavier pieces in my journals. It's also really fun to use, like if you have an image, like if, you know, I wanted to make her look kind of glossy, like I had a piece of glass over her or something, I could add this on top of it too. But seems like a lot of the time I just use the glossy accents more as a glue than anything. So yeah, that's everything so for today. And I'll be back again tomorrow during my crafting time to continue working on this journal. I had a few more things sitting on my desk, but I've kind of ran out of time. So I'll be back again tomorrow, and I just want to thank everybody so much for watching. Of course, I love to hear what you guys think on how it's progressing. So until next time, have a wonderful day and happy crafting.